This is Lament, Part 29 of Surrogate, the Director's Cut. Written by Kraiva. The rating is mature. No archive warnings apply. The fandom is Malevolent, the podcast.
This is another nice and normal fanfic. Come closer. Ignore my friendship enabling stick. It is not a bat. It will not harm you. Content warning in the notes, friends. Wump. Angst and hurt/comfort. Voices by Jasper as Arthur, LynnLarsh as John, Vmprsm as the narrator, SSJTrinity, Kraiva, and Somniate as the work introduction. Editing by Flamia. Directed by Vmprsm. Transcript by Saffron. Created and posted with permission from the authors of Surrogate, the Director's Cut.
I'll take care of you. It's rotten work. Not to me. Not if it's you.
What do you think happened the night my daughter died?
John's hand clenched around the paper, wrinkling the corner. The question hung in the air like a wraith, oppressive, haunting.
Arthur, I don't think...
I want to talk about it. I need for us to talk about it, John. Just what do you think happened?
It took a while for him to reply.
Your nanny, Tess, unwisely left your daughter in a running bath.
Arthur closed his eyes, shoulders hunching with the weight of the memory.
Not about Tess, John.
Somehow, inexplicably, he could feel the entity flinch.
I'm not going to detail exactly how I think she...
No! God, no. John, I don't think I could handle that.
Arthur braced himself against the armchair he had flopped into once they had returned to their quarters.
I meant me, John.
John was suspiciously quiet.
I'm not going to let up until you answer. And I'll go on a hunger strike until you do.
For fuck's sake, Arthur, let me think.
Did John really think he was that fragile? The thought hurt a bit.
I know you turned to drink, and you began trying to fight people.
That came later. I mean that singular night, John.
I think you sounded just like the first night she had a nightmare.
The two of them sat in the silence, the weight of memory settling over them like an avalanche. Arthur remembered weeping after Faro had gone back to sleep, of curling on the ground and all but begging for death. It was fuzzy after that. He'd gotten back to the room, somehow, and he remembered Faro coming and asking him to play music with her, but not too much else. John clearly remembered it much better than he did.
That night, I held her for a long time.
Arthur.
No, let me get it out, John. Please.
He paused, and John was quiet, but his left hand moved, taking Arthur's right in his grip and giving him a comforting squeeze.
I hadn't noticed anything was wrong for the longest time. I don't think I would have until I heard the water splashing on the floor. The tub overflowed. That was how I knew how badly I'd fucked up. Isn't that horrific? If the water hadn't been running, I might have been distracted for hours more. Not that turning it off did me any good. It felt so stupid, turning the tap off. As if it would change anything. the water was already all over the floor. It had soaked into my pants by that point, and suddenly it just occurred to me to shut off the damned water. I think because I didn't want things to get worse. As if they could possibly get worse.
Shoulders shaking, Arthur braced his elbows on his knees, the best he could do, as John kept his hand occupied with his thumb running over Arthur's knuckles.
I held her. When I called the hospital, I kept holding her until the doctor came. They had to be sure, of course, but until I did, on the phone, and the nurse walked me through trying to breathe for her. Can you imagine? But it was too late. Her little fingers were cold.
He stopped, tears running hot down his cheeks.
They were so cold.
Arthur.
I watched them, John. I watched them try and get her little heart to beat again. 5:24 p.m., John. It had taken them only 10 minutes to get to me. I don't even remember when Tess left, John, but I was so self-involved, so stuck in my work that I didn't...
John brought their unified hands upward, knuckles brushing against Arthur's cheek, and whatever flimsy scaffolding Arthur had been using to hold himself upright collapsed under its own weight, and he broke like a dam beset by an earthquake. Arthur curled into a ball as he sobbed, and dimly he was aware of the gentle stroke of their left hand against his cheek, thumbing away his tears as his right hand clutched at his sweat-soaked clothing. He felt like he stayed there for hours, his grown-out hair pasted to his face with tears, John murmuring soothing nothings in the back of his mind.
Arthur. That wasn't your fault.
I let my fucking daughter drown.
No, you... I think that Tess fucking knew better than to leave a little girl in the bath with the water running. If I had the power, I would seek her out and punish her for it. But nothing, Arthur.
There was none of John's usual fervor, and that fact nearly startled Arthur out of his grief. John should be angry. He should be angry with him, just as angry as Arthur was, and yet...
I've seen you work. I know how focused you get. Hours can pass like seconds. Because when the music is flowing, there's almost nothing you can do to stop it. It's incredible to watch, Arthur. And Tess spent 3 fucking years helping you with Thoreau. She knew better, Arthur. She knew better.
Tess wasn't her father.
Tess left her in a dangerous situation and didn't put in a fucking ounce of effort to make sure she would be safe. How hard would it have been to not run a fucking bath for a toddler before leaving, or to give her the bath earlier in the day? It wasn't a fucking surprise, Arthur.
But
You were doing your fucking job. The whole reason you hired Tess in the first place, so you could work. That wasn't your fault, Arthur. It was a fucking tragedy. But it was an accident.
John reached upward, left hand cupping Arthur's face.
Was I broken when you found me?
No, you weren't.
I thought that was the worst thing I would ever go through. Losing Thoreau. I didn't know then.
I wish you didn't know now.
The rumble John let out was soft and comforting.
That day, I don't really remember it. What happened, John?
John's hand stroked Arthur's cheek.
He planted the seeds for at least a few months before he called on us, Arthur. Probably closer to a year and a half.
He did.
I didn't notice in time. I should have remembered what I used to do.
John.
I'm sorry, Arthur.
But why?
It's what he does, Arthur. He finds your weaknesses, your sore spots, and he applies pressure. Constant, unrelenting pressure. Bit by bit, he increases it. So subtly, you just don't remember what it was like without feeling the stress of his fucking thumb on your spine. And then...
Pop.
What?
Like a ripe cherry. People keep saying that.
You wouldn't find it funny if you had seen it.
I don't find it funny at all, John.
May I ask you a question?
Whatever you like.
Have you ever told anyone about what happened that night? After you...
No.
They sat in silence for another few moments.
Thank you for trusting me.
Do you think I can be fixed, John? Or am I just like that girl from earlier?
I know you can be fixed. You got through everything up to that point by yourself. God damn it, and you're fixing yourself. Bit by bit, piece by piece, and that's fucking incredible. Especially since... I really thought I might lose you a few times.
You did? When?
That night. And after the first nightmare. And when we thought about merging.
Oh, those times.
You've been helping. You've been trying so hard.
I told you I would hope for the both of us.
That was years ago.
And humans live on average 80 years, so I have another 40 or so to go.
You can be fucking impossible sometimes.
Good. You need someone who won't take your shit.
In the mirrors, he smiled, tentative, still full of grief, but different somehow.
Thank you, John.
I'm not going to give up on you, Arthur. I will never give up on you. In sickness and in health.
Slowly, hesitantly, his left hand rose to Arthur's face, brushing across his lips. Arthur's right hand caught his left and held him there, his breath soft and warm against their skin.
If you enjoyed this production of Surrogate, the Director's Cut, please read the original written work on AO3, where it is still actively updating as of March 2025. A link is in the work notes, where you can also find the social medias of all the production cast. Malevolent was written and produced by Harlan Guthrie, and all characters depicted here belong to their respective creators. The cast and management produced this show for no monetary gain, and all rights remain with the authors. Any sound effects or music used in this production were obtained legally or created by the production cast. Please let us know your thoughts, and, as Kane would say,
stay tuned for the next episode!